Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and hello friends, and it's Debsy and the place to be. It's Debsy. Bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. I hope everybody is having a great day, not just a good day. If you watch Alabama Rush Talk or Rush Talk on TikTok, then you know. If you know, you know. Kylan. So, it's Tuesday. I watched The Bachelorette yesterday. I cussed a little bit. So I'm gonna break it all down for you in the Bachelorette breakdown. So here we go. Cheers, let's spill the tea. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. This week, we started off with 2 single one-on-one dates being doled out. The first one was for Gabby, was for Nate, and Rachel had picked Zach. Now, I'm going to tell you, I think for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be anointing a villain of the show. It pains me to say that the villain of the show this week is Tino, because when Tino found out that he was not getting the one-on-one rose and it was going to Zach, Tino got a little pissy and he sulked out of the room and said he's going to the gym. Okay, he is pissed because this is Zach's second one-on-one. Zach had gotten one before, but listen, Tino, you just had the last one-on-one date in Paris. Let's calm it down. It's not like you have never had a one-on-one. Gabby goes out on her date with Nate. And she had already talked beforehand about wondering if she could be a good mother, if she would fail, because failing at being a good mother would kill her. Just probably based on the fact that she doesn't have a relationship with her mother. So she goes into this and immediately you know that something is off. And it's not just the fact that her earrings are making her skin on her face turn red. But you knew something was off because right from the get-go, she's crying. So they sit down and they talk, and he just knows. Like, she's saying about how she's crying about worrying about not being able to be a good mother. So I'm wondering, did she just give him the one-on-one to break up with him, or is this going to be a for real date? Will we find out real quick? No, it's not a for real date. She did use the one-on-one to break up with him. So it was a little, to say that, it was just sad. It was just, it was just so sad. Like, and as soon as she started to talk, like, he got that look on his face of like, oh shit, this is not gonna end up well for me. She said she's terrified of being a bad mom. And then, and he just basically said that he hopes that she picks somebody that she ends up with somebody who picks her. It was like so, and then she put her like head on his shoulder. It was so, when I say that my heart broke in about 1,000,000 pieces, it did. I cried so hard. Like, even thinking about it now, it's just sad. It was just so sad. And she was crying afterwards, and so was he. But when you look at it, I mean, I guess it's better that she ended it now rather than later when she's in a relationship and she sees maybe that, motherhood isn't for her. So it's better that it happened now, but it was so sad because their relationship seemed real out of all of the ones that she has, theirs seemed very real and genuine. So next we have Rachel and Zach. They did all things, you know, Amsterdam, not smoking. They walked through a tulip field, they went bike riding, and then there was just a random pop-up roadside, you know, rando roadside cheese festival, cheese, you know, stand. And once again, rando children selling lemonade in the middle of Amsterdam. So, and then of course they went into the if you're on the Bachelorette and you have a hot tub, it's got to be like a wooden hot tub. So they were in that, and then they went to dinner. It was beautiful. He opened up. He talked about going to therapy, and he said he's falling in love with her. And they had a symphony there. It was so nice, and he got the rose, rightfully so. So, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards Zach now. So then Gabby then talked to her men about how she had let Nate go. Next we had Gabby's group date. Now Gabby's group date was, listen, just when you say once again, this is weird, it couldn't get any weirder. Well, then they have another group date that is crazy uber weird. So Gabby and the men walk into this random warehouse where they're greeted by a woman with some like tight leather bondage outfit on and a whip, and she's like whipping it good, like she's whipping it hard. So they're going to talk about they're going to talk about schmecks, baby. Please, Salt and Pepper, don't come after me. They're talking about getting schmecksy and kinks and all kind of stuff. And effing, I'm pretty sure they blurred out the word F like a million times. So then they said, they were asking, what's your safe word? Very tellingly, Logan had said that his safe word would be asbestos. Makes sense, right? So I was thinking, what would my safe word be? My safe word would be foliage. No, if you're a fan of The Office like I am, foliage. But I would probably say pepperoni. Pepperoni. Be pepperoni. What would yours be? Let me know in the comments. What would your safe word be? If you were on The Bachelorette and they made you get one. So after that, they were talking about schmecks. And then then the guys had to take their shirts off and lay down on this shag carpeting while they were blindfolded, and they put all kind of like stuff on them and weirdo stuff like that. And so yeah, it makes perfect sense for a group date when you're laying shirtless on shag rug in some random warehouse in Amsterdam Skid Row. So I don't know. There we go. Next, Jesse showed up in Gabby's room and was like, listen, we have a sitch with Logan. So listen, in the previews, my mind went to shit, this douche canoe to up again. What the did he do now? Well, listen, Logan has COVID. So Logan has COVID and he has to leave the journey. So listen, no, please don't judge me. But Gabby was like, oh my God, I hope he's okay. I'm gonna tell you, if that was me, I'd be like, okay, first of all, listen, I just put my mouth on his with the whipped cream in the random kink warehouse in Amsterdam. What's going on here? You know, plus these other men that are in close quarters with him. And Jesse later on had gone in and talked to her, had talked to the men, because this was after their group date, and he had talked to them and was like, just walked in and said there's been a situation with Logan, and that's it. Didn't tell him anything. my mind would go to the worst case scenario, like the worst. He didn't say anything. Listen, if I was on that ship, I'd be like, is he gone? Is shit cleaned? Are we tested? What's going on? I had COVID. I wouldn't want to have it again. The shit out of here. So that's just it. Why didn't he just tell the men, like, your dude had COVID, we're gonna get you tested, quarantine, you know, on this floating petri dish. So Rachel had a group date. They went to the cheese capital of the world. She made all her men take their shirts off, and then they had to balance like cheese. They had this thing where it had like where you could balance cheese here, you know, like the scales of justice, but with cheese. And they put it up there, and they had to like stand there. So let me see. I have to tell you, Tino won the whole thing. Tino won it. I think it should have gone to Ethan though, because Ethan was like, I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm gonna hang in there as much as I can because I love this woman. So I gotta get past these hives and my throat closing shut, and we're gonna do this thing. But Tino won. Tino won the cheese strength test. And once again, there's a part of me that still loves Tino, but he was a little iffy, he was the villain this week. And I kind of thought, like, is he a little controlling? So they went in, they had the group date afterwards. Oh my gosh, Tino thought he did everything right. He wore the blue denim shirt, and that makes women go crazy. Tyler got the rose, and Tino sulked again. I gotta go. I don't understand. She maybe not feel the same way about me. And I don't know what it was, but I think it was maybe Ethan, but I'm not quite sure, that said Tino's acting like a baby back bitch, which was perfect. Once again, Tino was just questioning, does she feel the same way, blah, 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 this and that. So Ethan talked to Tino, and Tino the next day, and Ethan had said, listen, it was disrespectful to us. So you had a good day before, you were Cheese King, you won, fucking let it go, come on. So then they went into the rose ceremony. Okay, so Gabby did not give out a rose, so she didn't have anybody waiting. I don't believe that she did. So she had 3 roses. She picked Eric, Jason, and it was between Johnny and Spencer. I predicted Spencer was gone, and Spencer is out. So with Rachel, Zach already got a one-on-one. Tyler had gotten a group date rose. So she went Avon, and then it was between Tino and Ethan. I predicted Ethan would be out, and Ethan was out. So she has Zach, Tyler, Avon, and Tino, and they head into hometowns next week, where they go to the men's hometowns. Previews look like what I would expect them to look like, but it looks like Tino's father is not feeling this. Tino's father is like, this is not a fucking fairy tale, and I think this is bullshit. Which would be interesting to see Tino's father and Rachel's father go at it, because if anybody watched last year with Clayton, like, Rachel's father was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you hurt my daughter. That's just it. So this is gonna be interesting. I would like to see that, the clash of the fathers on that. Tino's dad versus Rachel's dad. I would go with Rachel's dad. So if anybody watched, please let me know what you think. So if nobody has told you yet today, I love you, you're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure to put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there, because we all need it. And I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.